Your dog is staring at you right now, and there is a good chance you are missing something. Something small. Something that looks completely normal. And that one thing you are ignoring every single day could already be hurting your dog more than you realize. Stick with me for the next few minutes, because by the end of this video, you will never look at your dog's eyes the same way again. If you have ever noticed your dog squinting a little more than usual, or rubbing its face on the couch for no clear reason, this video is for you. Let's get into it. Before we go any further, if you care about your dog's health and you want more videos like this one, hit that like button right now and subscribe so you never miss the next warning sign we cover. It genuinely helps this channel keep making content that protects dogs like yours. Okay, now let's talk about something most dog owners never think about until it becomes a real problem. Dogs cannot tell us when something feels wrong. They cannot say, "My eye itches," or "the light is too bright today," or "something is stuck in there and it hurts." Instead, they show us through tiny behavioral shifts, a little extra blinking, a slightly different way of tilting the head, a moment of pawing at the face during playtime. Most owners see these moments and think nothing of it. They assume the dog is just being a dog. But eyes are one of the most sensitive and complex parts of a dog's body, and small changes around them are often the earliest signals that something is not right. The frustrating part is that dogs are incredibly good at hiding discomfort. It is an instinct passed down from their wild ancestors, where showing weakness could mean becoming a target. So while your dog might be dealing with irritation, dryness, or an early stage of a bigger issue, on the outside it can look like nothing at all. Let's talk about the first sign that so many owners brush off. Excessive blinking or squinting. Every dog blinks. That is normal. But if you start noticing your dog blinking more rapidly than usual, or squinting one eye more than the other, that is your dog's body reacting to something it does not like. It could be sensitivity to light, it could be irritation from dust or wind, or it could be something more. The key word here is pattern. One squint on a windy day outside is nothing to worry about. But if you notice your dog squinting consistently, especially indoors, in normal lighting, day after day, that pattern is worth paying attention to. The second sign is redness. Take a moment sometime today, gently and calmly, to look at the white part of your dog's eyes. In a healthy dog, that area should look relatively clear, maybe with a few faint blood vessels, similar to how your own eyes look on a normal day. But if that white area starts looking pink or noticeably red, especially if it stays that way for more than a day, your dog's eyes are telling you they are irritated or inflamed. Redness is one of those signs that owners often explain away. Oh, he was probably just rubbing his face on the carpet. Maybe he got some dust in there. Sometimes that is exactly what happened. But redness that lingers, that comes back again and again, or that shows up alongside other signs on this list, is not something to casually dismiss. The third sign, and this one is huge, is unusual discharge. Now, a small amount of clear discharge, especially first thing in the morning, similar to what you get in the corner of your own eyes when you wake up, is completely normal for dogs. That is not what we are talking about here. What you want to watch for is discharge that changes in color, thickness, or amount. Yellow or green discharge. Discharge that is thick and sticky. Discharge that shows up multiple times a day instead of just once in the morning. Discharge that causes the fur around the eye to become crusty, matted, or stained. These changes are your dog's body sending you a very clear message that something has shifted, and it deserves attention rather than a quick wipe with a tissue and moving on with your day. Sign number 4 is a change in how your dog interacts with light. Have you ever walked your dog outside on a bright day and noticed them squinting hard, turning their head away from the sun, or seeming unusually hesitant to walk toward a sunny spot they used to walk through without a second thought? Increased sensitivity to light, especially if it is a new behavior and not something your dog has always done, can be connected to eye discomfort. Dogs who suddenly avoid bright rooms, who seem to prefer dim corners of the house more than they used to, or who react strongly when a light gets turned on, are showing you a behavioral change that is worth noticing, not ignoring. Now let's talk about something that catches almost every owner off guard: excessive pawing or rubbing at the face. Dogs use their paws the way we use our hands. If something feels off around the eye, dragging a paw across the face, rubbing the side of the head against furniture, or pressing the face into a pillow or the carpet are all ways your dog might try to relieve discomfort. A single quick face rub after waking up from a nap is normal dog behavior. But if you are noticing your dog repeatedly pawing at one eye specifically, or rubbing their face on rough surfaces multiple times a day, that repetitive, targeted behavior is different from casual grooming. And it is one of the clearest physical cues a dog can give us. Here is another one that is easy to miss: cloudiness, or a change in the color or clarity of the eye itself. Take a genuine look at your dog's eyes in good lighting. Are they clear and bright the way you remember them being? Or has there been a gradual shift toward a slightly cloudy, hazy, or bluish tint? Sometimes this change happens so slowly that owners do not notice it until someone else points it out, or until they compare a recent photo to an older one. Cloudiness does not automatically mean something serious is happening, but any noticeable change in the clarity or color of your dog's eyes over time is a signal that deserves a closer look, rather than being written off as just getting older without any further thought. Let's also talk about the size of the pupils. In a properly lit room, both of your dog's pupils should generally look even in size and should respond to changes in light the same way. If you ever notice that one pupil looks visibly larger or smaller than the other, especially if this is a new observation and not something that has always been the case for your dog, that uneven appearance is worth paying close attention to. Pupils are one of the more overlooked areas because most owners never really study their dog's eyes that closely in the first place. But once you start paying attention, asymmetry becomes something you can spot pretty quickly. Another sign that often gets mistaken for a personality change rather than a health signal is a sudden reluctance to be touched near the face. Maybe your dog used to love having their head scratched or their face gently held during cuddle time, and now they flinch, pull away, or even seem mildly irritable when you reach toward their face. Dogs do not usually change affectionate habits like this without a reason. If a dog who was previously comfortable with face touching suddenly starts avoiding it, that shift in behavior can be connected to sensitivity or discomfort around the eyes, even if nothing looks visibly wrong from the outside. Now here is something almost nobody talks about: changes in how your dog navigates familiar spaces. Dogs who are dealing with vision-related discomfort sometimes start bumping into furniture they normally avoid with ease, hesitating before jumping onto the couch or bed, or seeming more cautious walking down stairs they have used 1,000 times before. If your dog has lived in the same home for a while and suddenly seems less confident moving through it, especially in dim lighting or at night, that hesitation can be tied to changes in how well they are seeing their surroundings. It is subtle, it is easy to miss, and it is exactly the kind of sign that gets brushed off as "he's just getting clumsy," when it might actually be your dog's way of compensating for something that has changed. Let's pause here for a second because I want you to think honestly about your own dog. Has there been more blinking than usual lately? Any redness you noticed and then forgot about? A little extra face rubbing you assumed was nothing? You are not a bad pet owner if you missed these signs before today. Most people do, simply because nobody ever walked them through what to actually look for. That is exactly why this video exists, and it is exactly why sharing it with another dog owner in your life could genuinely help them catch something early too. If this information is landing for you, drop a comment below and tell us which sign surprised you the most, and share this video with a fellow dog owner who needs to hear this. Let's keep going, because there are a few more signs worth knowing. Watch for excessive tearing that goes beyond the occasional watery eye. If your dog's fur below the eyes stays consistently damp, or you notice staining that was not there before, that ongoing wetness is different from a one-time watery moment after being outside on a windy day. Also pay attention to swelling around the eyelids. Puffiness, whether it is on the upper lid, lower lid, or the surrounding skin, is not something dogs typically have without a reason behind it. And finally, keep an eye on your dog's general energy and mood around activities that used to excite them. Some dogs who are dealing with eye discomfort become quieter, less interested in chasing a ball across the yard, or less eager for evening walks, simply because moving around and using their eyes actively has become less comfortable than it used to be. Now, I want to be really clear about something important. This video is meant to help you become a more observant, more informed dog owner. It is not meant to diagnose anything, and it is not a substitute for an actual professional evaluation. Every one of these signs can have many different explanations, some minor and temporary, some that genuinely need attention. And the only way to know for sure what is happening with your specific dog is to have them properly examined. So if any of these signs sound familiar, please consult your vet for proper diagnosis. Do not try to guess, do not try to treat anything on your own, and do not wait around hoping it resolves itself. A quick check-in with a professional gives you real answers instead of guesswork. And it gives your dog the best chance at feeling comfortable again as quickly as possible. Here's the bigger takeaway from everything we just covered. Your dog cannot walk up to you and say, "Hey, something feels off with my eyes today." All they have are these small behavioral and physical cues, and it is genuinely on us as owners to notice them. The good news is that now you know exactly what to look for. Excessive blinking or squinting, redness that lingers, unusual discharge, increased sensitivity to light, repetitive pawing at the face, cloudiness or color changes, uneven pupils, avoidance of face touching, hesitation moving through familiar spaces, excessive tearing, swelling around the eyes, and shifts in energy or enthusiasm. None of these signs alone means something is definitely wrong, but noticing patterns, especially when a few of these show up together, is exactly how attentive owners catch things early instead of missing them entirely. Take a moment this week, maybe even later today, to really look at your dog's eyes in good lighting. Not a rushed glance while you are grabbing your keys, but an actual, calm, few-second look. Notice the clarity, the color, the way both eyes look compared to each other. Get familiar with what normal looks like for your specific dog, because that familiarity is what will make it so much easier to notice when something changes down the road. The owners who catch problems early are not the ones with special knowledge nobody else has. They are simply the ones who paid attention, who took a few seconds to actually look instead of assuming everything was fine. If this video helped you see your dog a little differently today, that is exactly what it was made for. Make sure you are subscribed so you catch our next video, because we are going to keep breaking down the small signs that most dog owners overlook until it is too late. Drop a comment and let us know which sign you are going to start watching for starting today. And if you know another dog owner who needs to hear this, go ahead and share this video with them right now. It genuinely might make a difference for their dog. And one more time, because it matters, if you noticed any of these signs in your own dog while watching this, please consult your vet for proper diagnosis rather than guessing on your own. Thanks for watching, take care of those eyes, and I will see you in the next one.